Hey guys, welcome back to Sun Crypto. It is March 12, 2020, 11 a.m. 11:50 a.m. Eastern Time. Current price of BTC 6109 on a Bitstamp. In today's content, we're going to talk about couple of very important topics. We're going to take our time and then we're going to basically talk about all these important targets, at least for the short term, right? So one thing I just want you to guys pay attention to, at least for the short term, before we talk about anything, pay clear attention to these two lines. Okay, these two lines are very important. Okay, we're gonna talk about it later on during the live stream, right? So two yellow lines at the just about a 3K, and another yellow line just about like a 1880. All right, so very important lines, right? So let me take a look at the chat room, see if you guys can hear before I start the deep analysis, because we're just going to talk about the macro today. As you guys know, I'm more into the macro perspective instead of basically a 10% move and stuff like that, right? As you guys know, we've been calling basically looking for 5500 since like August 2019, right? We I gave you guys a detailed analysis why Bitcoin Cash could hit like a $60, Ethereum could go dip under $100, okay, even down to like $40-50, Litecoin down to $10, BC could dip below 3K. All those targets, guys, I gave it to you guys back in basically November 25th, right? I made a video on November 25th and explaining to you guys why even Bitcoin Cash could go all the way up back to $500 before dipping down. So I'm gonna put a link of that video under the description so you guys can basically go back and check it out, right? Very important. So most of the targets, the most important targets, you can even find it in the in that video, right? So pay clear attention, guys. So we got 33 watching on only 11 likes. So if you're new to the content, make sure to join my public Telegram group. I also got a private group, so if you wanna wanna join my private group for these daily analysis, price target, price setups, make sure to join my basically private group so you can get these analysis on a daily basis, right? So let me take a look at the chat room. It's gonna be a fun 150,000 BTC just transfer to Bittrex. Bittrex always do those nonsense, right? So don't pay attention to that. Just pay attention to the basically to the chart. So hey, what's up, Tommy? So what's up, Marius? Lady got Tezos at $1.60. You're welcome. Make sure to send me a tip, okay? You bought Tezos at $1.50. I'm just joking, right? So we called for that Tezos drop, man. It's gonna be a fun day, guys. I'm gonna take my time and I'm gonna do it right. All right, like we did for this 5500. Been waiting for it almost like since September, right? But most people could not basically understand why we've been waiting for 5500, right? So, but that's the past, right? But you can see it, right? We got three-way move down, right? I know you guys tired of me explaining the structure we got and why I was waiting for this big move to the downside. We got another three-way move back, right? That's a W, that's a X, right? And we're looking for another move to the downside, Y. So the Y wave, we just don't know how the Y wave gonna look like, okay? I tried to explain to you guys, and I said we could drop and we can make a descending triangle even, okay? It is just speculative, right? Because I really don't care how BTC is gonna make it. I only care about the final target, right? And then we can make this move down, okay? This move could be a very extended one. It could be not extended. It could be just in terms of rational distance. It could be just one-to-one, not like a one all the way down to like $100, stuff like that, right? So don't expect like BTC to drop down to these areas, at least for the short term. I don't see it happening, right? But if it does, we're just gonna be able to buy cheaper BTCs and we think like we could be buying, right? But at least for the short term, that's our next target, major target. Okay, major target. Okay, I don't think we're gonna get it this year, right? But that's the next major target, at least for the short term. So one of the reasons why you need to pay attention to these two moving averages, guys, it is pretty simple, right? So you can see it, first thing first, right? That's a weekly time frame. When you take a look at BC, right, from like the 2017 bull market, right? We got three key areas, okay? Three. Only 3 key areas. That's what you need for the macro area. So you got a red candle, you got red candles, and you got red candles, right? So it is very important, right? So why it is important, right? You can see, guys, it is very, very important. So pay clear attention. So you can see when we drop down from the moon, right? We drop down from 20K all the way down to where? To 5,500. Okay, back in 2018 sideways correction, we've been using this line as a basically this area as a support. Okay, so after we broke this area, where did we go to? Okay, we went exactly to the next red line to the left. It is very important. We didn't quite hit it, right? But you guys know I don't like to wait for the very bottom. I like to at least look for 50% of this body candle, and we exactly hit that number. It's not about Elliott waves, okay? It's not about trend lines. It is just about like a candles, okay? Candles and basically support resistance, right? You can see we got a very, very nice support just about exactly at 3K, right? I'm not even talking about like a fib retracement yet, right? I'm just talking about like in terms of like a body candle body, structure, stuff like that. So if we break this line, where can you expect like the next support to be? You just have to drop this line again one more time. It is going to be exactly just about like a 1800. And 1800, it is a very important number. If you take a look at it on the macro scale, all right? The macro scale, if you take a look at it, you can see from swing low, swing low to swing high. What do you see? You don't see nothing, because why? You're using the moon boy scale, right? So you gotta use the fib level scale, okay? You gotta use the the log scale, all right? Not the fib level scale, but the log scale. When you take a look at it on the log scale, you can see like a BTC, we could be let's do this. That's a log scale, swing low to swing high, right? From the 200, not from the all-time low, but from $200, right? You can see this line is exactly also where it is exactly at 50% pullback, okay, give or take, okay? 50% pullback going to be just about 1700. But guess what? The previous line was at 382. The line I just showed you before that was where? At 236. So it is not a coincidence, right? BTC is respecting at the same time these areas, okay, of support, and at the same time it is respecting these fib retracement areas, okay? So it is very, very important. I'm not saying we're gonna drop straight down to 1800 in 2020, right? But within the next few months, okay, right? If we do not manage to make a bottom formation and then try to retest like a 10K or so on, we most likely gonna drop below 2K. So I'm not even talking about 3K. 3K, I don't even think 3K gonna hold. So no need to like buy at 3K. If if you're looking to buy BTC, some cheap BTC, just wait for 1800. Okay. The reason why I'm saying 3K not gonna hold, right? You can see right there. You got multiple support from BTC, right? You got a support just about like a 9100, did not hold. You got another support from 77, did not hold. You got another support from 65, did not hold. You're about to get another support right there, right? The next support, it is just about like a 47, right? Temporarily, it is going to be a very temporary support area, right? We could bounce off of it, pump back up, drop back down, but the 3K area, I don't think it is going to hold, guys. It is not going to hold, and at least for the short term, we could break it and retest like a 1800 range. So at least for the short term, that's what I see. And at the same time, guys, you can see like a multiple time BTC doesn't respect like a support and resistance on the in terms of sideways. You just have to look left, guys. You just have to look to your left, and then you can basically find everything you need. Okay, you can see like we did not stop at 6K. We just broke 6K and went all the way up to 14K. So I do not see why, okay, if we break this area of 4800, which is going to be our temporary support, next support, if we do not manage to make a bottom formation, right, we most likely going to be headed down to like a 2K area. So, and please, Do not tell me like BC dropped down to 55 and I'm calling 2K. I've been calling 2K when BC was like what? BC was like 11K. So please do not get it mixed up. Okay, do not get it mixed up. So I'm not a doom boy after BC dropped like a 2,000 point and I became a doom boy. So I've been a doom boy since like a July. All right, so it's been almost a year. All right, I've been I've been calling for this this drop, right? So let's take a look at BC now on a monthly time frame, right? I really don't care what BC going to be doing with on a lower degree, even if like we pump back up to like a 75, 8K. I really don't care, right? So let's take a look at it on a monthly basis. On a monthly basis, right? We said it last month, and I was like, if BTC closes below 8,800, just about 9K area, I'm going to be 85% bearish. All right, and I showed you why. I showed you why. Okay, you can see it, guys. We got red candle. Okay, red candle, another one, right? So you can see like whenever we get these red candles, right? What do you expect, right? You expect like BC to make a very, very long downtrend. Okay, a very long one, not like a 2 month, not like 3 month, not like 5 month, but like almost like 6 months, at least 6 months. Okay, so you can see like we drop almost like down 6 months, get a 1 month sideways correction, and then basically pumping down. So we could pump like at least another 4 to 6 months to the downside. But can you imagine, okay, where the price of BTC could be what will be the price of BTC within the next like a 3 to 6 months if we're going to be dropping on a monthly basis, right? So just gotta do the math. Okay, I'm not going to give you any numbers, but just do the math and you see like if like we're going to be going to the moon, going back up to the moon, or we just keep dropping down lower, right? So let's take a look at it on a quarterly time frame. Now when you take a look at it on the quarterly time frame, it is telling you guys we most likely going to zero. Okay, so we're not going to zero. Okay, so but when you take a look at it on the quarterly basis, you can see that it is not looking good. It is basically telling us like we not even started the capitulation yet. All right, we haven't even started it yet. Okay, we haven't even started it yet. It is just like it is just like what it is, but we could be dropping much lower. So, and I said it on a quarterly basis, we got a triangle, right? So we haven't even broke this triangle yet, so we're still within the triangle. Okay, we gotta retest like a 4,200 range. Okay, like I just showed you. Okay, 48, 42, 3K area, and then 8K area. Very, very important, right? So you can see we're still within the same range. You can see like July when we dropped like down to roughly around like 1,800 range, right? We still holding this area as a support, so we haven't broke it yet. And after that, we also got another trend line. In terms of trend line, we got this trend line also, which is just about like a 4K area. So 4K area, 4,000 level, we're not gonna break it that easy. So we're not gonna break it easily. So we're most likely gonna find some support just about 4K area, and then before capitulating down, because if we move sideways just about 4K, most people are going to be like 3K is the bottom, right? Going to be the bottom, right? And then we're just going to capitulate right through 3K, and then keep going all the way down to like 2K and so on, right? So let's keep that in mind. We just don't want to break this line. That's a macro scale. That's what we need to pay attention to, at least for the short term. If we're gonna make this move, all right, you could be like, okay, 42 to 45 is a bottom, and then we could be going to the moon. I'm gonna be okay with that. Okay, I'm gonna be okay with it, but we're not supposed to break 42. And if like we break 42, that's it, guys. We don't have any other support. Okay, but all the way down to like a 1,800 range. Okay, all the way down to 1,800 range. In terms of volume, on the macro scale, that's a 3-month chart, right? You can see the volume is decreasing, and we haven't even seen a capitulation volume yet. Okay, we haven't even seen a big volume like the type of volume we got back in 2020, right? January 2018. We haven't seen it. Okay, the first quarter of 2018. We need that type of volume to capitulate. You can see the big volume we got back in 2013. Very big volume, guys, very big volume. Okay, we capitulated all the way down, and at the bottom we got another big volume. It wasn't quite equal, but was big enough. Okay, it was big enough to say like, hey guys, it is time to go to the moon. And you can see how we started the uptrend also on a quarterly basis, 3-month basis, very big volume, and then we went all the way up to where, until we see like a big volume on a quarterly basis to basically neutralize the latest volume. So that's very important, guys. So let's keep that in mind. This is extremely bearish. Like I said, right, since August, September, we could be basically facing you know, much lower numbers, guys, much lower numbers. We also gonna talk about Ethereum looking very bad, right? Looking very bad. So let's dive into the lower degree. Okay, we're gonna go to my favorite time frame, which is the 21-day moving, I mean not 21-day moving average, but the 21-day candle, right? The 21-day candle, like I showed you guys, the monthly is very important, weekly is very important, but the 3 weeks chart, guys, very important. Okay, I don't need to repeat it, but you can see as soon as we got this tweezer, before even we got this tweezer, I was like, guys, let's be cautious. Okay, we could be getting our 5K before the halving. Bitcoin price could be half, okay, before the halving. Okay, so after the halving at the same time, right? So you can see like we could drop even like below 5K before the halving. So let's just be cautious. We're moving below support, okay, which is like a 6,500 range. We can't even break like 62, and the market is dropping. Stock market is dropping. The Dow almost like, I don't even know, man, it's dropping so bad I don't even want to look at it. So BTC could basically follow the Dow, okay, and it could look very nasty within the next few weeks. Okay, it could look very nasty, guys, very nasty. So we got 58 watching, so make sure to hit the likes, make sure to join our public Telegram group, and at the same time, guys, make sure to join my premium member for the daily analysis, price target, price setup, and talk about Elliott waves, moving averages, you know, trend lines, candles patterns, scalping techniques. Talk about Litecoin, Ethereum, you know, XRP, King XRP. Right now at 13 cents, we've been calling for 13 cents XRP. I mean, I don't even know since I've been. Since when I don't even know, like the first time I started calling for basically 13 cents XRP. It's been like since like the summer or something like that, right? So we just got like 1380, and I just gave you a big warning regarding XRP after we got that big wick to the downside on I think BitMEX, whatever, right? And I was like, be careful. Just because we got a big wick to the downside doesn't mean we're not going to retest it, right? So be cautious with XRP, right? You know, it is most likely going to retest it. That was just a sign, okay? Most people don't understand, like these whales, guys, they give you a sign. You got to be able to read. I'm not saying to get a crystal ball, right? But at least for the short term, to be able to anticipate what they're telling you, okay? What they're telling you, okay? You know, for instance, like a 5K BC, we've been calling it since like when? Since like BC was like just about like a 10.5, right? September. But guess what? We just had to wait like for over like a 6 months just to get it. So you got to be able to plan like this, not like, oh, BC gonna go back to 7K or 6K is the bottom and all that nonsense, right? And that happening nonsense, that back nonsense, that basically CME nonsense. Just stay with the chart. Just stay with the chart, and then you're gonna be extremely okay. All right, not to worry about too much. What's up, K4 Liberty? Thanks a lot for the tip, man. You're making me buy more extra XRP. All right, at 13 cents, man, $5 is a lot. All right, I'm gonna grab me some XRP. So it is very important, guys. So another aspect I just wanted to talk about, I'm gonna give you all the details, guys, what you need. I know it's gonna be a very long live stream, but you need this live stream every quarter, or like at least, you know, every other month. You need this type of live stream to get the big picture. Okay, I've been doing it last year. September I gave it, actually August I gave you warning, September I gave you warning, and November I gave you warning, December, okay, I gave you warning, just yesterday I gave you warning. So you know what I'm saying. So but I'm not going to keep giving you warnings, guys. So if you want to get these warnings, make sure to basically join our premium member, right? But this video, guys, you can watch it like for the next 6 to 18 months, right? For the next 6 to 18 months. just like the November video, you know, you can go back and watch it. It is still fresh. So let's take a look at BTC on the 3-day chart, right? Actually 5. On the 5-day chart, I just want to show you guys something very important, which is not the 200, but the 21, and actually basically the 100 EMA. Okay, so like I said last time, I was anticipating the capitulation right there. That's when I was anticipating BTC to capitulate, but we did not get it. We get the reversal. Right now we're about to get it. Okay, and I said it a long time ago, and I said, you know, let me just do this because I still got the setup. Okay, that's the chart right there. Okay, so you can go back and watch my previous update. I just updated this video like 2 days ago. Okay, 2 days ago. And make sure to follow me also on TradingView to get these analysis, right? And I said what I said exactly, guys. Pay attention to this white line. This white line right now, it is at 4,000, right? Not too long ago it was like a 42, because BTC is dropping so bad right now. It is most likely, you know, gonna be like down. It's gonna drop down to like a 39 and so on, right? This white line, it is nothing but your basically your 200 smooth moving average, okay, on the 4-day chart, right? So that's a weekly, but take a look at it on the 4-day. On the 4-day chart, we just retested it. So we just retested it. That's actually very, very quick. Okay, and we targeted like 5,500. And why we targeted like a 42 was like, if you take a look at it on the weekly basis, right, it is just about like a 4K. So I'm expecting this weekly, okay, the weekly 200 smooth moving average, right, to be just about like a 4,200 within the next few weeks, because you can see like we got a support from it back in 2014. But most people don't know that. Okay, most people only look at the 200 moving average, not the smooth one. Okay, not the smooth one. Okay, so it's a big difference. So make sure to go ahead and check it out. So right now it is just about 4K, right? So but on the 4-day chart, that was our first target we're looking for. So we basically got it, right? If we drop lower, we just have to base it on our basically weekly time frame. Okay, and take a look at it on the weekly time frame before basically going to the moon. It could be a temporary support, and if we break it, we're definitely going to look for our 1800 analysis, right? So at least for the short term, that's what I see regarding BTC. And at the same time, you can take a look at it, guys. It is quite powerful. If you take a look at the BTC chart on a weekly basis, you can see we haven't even started dropping yet. This is just like the beginning, guys. You can see this basically structure we be making. Okay, we got this one. That's the structure we got right there. So this drop could be just the the beginning of the downtrend. Okay, it is not like you're gonna find a bottom within the next week or 2 weeks or so on, right? It could take like a 2 to 4 years, guys. It could take another 2 to 4 years. So if you're not mentally ready to be able to accumulate BTC for like a 2 to 4 years, it is going to be very depressing. I said it like back in July, right? We got to be careful with that weekly shooting star, because it is a big sign of reversal. It could take a very long time, guys. Even we could drop all the way down to 2K. That was like a July, basically 2019 when we said it, right? So you always, whenever you can go check any chart, right, guys? Any chart, you drop, you make a lower low, and you keep dropping. Be careful. Okay, it already gave you a big sign of a long-term downtrend. All right, so if you're looking to be rich, or you're looking for to go to the moon, right, BTC is already coming from the moon, right? So you gotta let it settle, let it cool down. Okay, so you can catch the next spaceship all the way up to a Mars or Jupiter or whatever you want to go. Okay, with a free ride. All right. So before we talk about any other coins, we're just gonna dive into BTC, and I'm gonna show you every single analysis, guys. Why BTC could be doomed, at least for the short term, before going back to the moon, right? It is coming from the moon. It's not going to the moon so yet. Okay. So back in basically back in 2014, you can see the crossover. We got a support on the weekly. So as soon as we get the weekly support, we could anticipate like a BTC basically. As soon as we get the weekly crossover, we can anticipate like BTC to start moving sideways, at least for the short term. And if we break it, we're gonna know what to do, at least for the short term, right? So let's go back to my initial chart. So this guy asked if I believe the 200 weekly moving average will not hold. I mean, that was my initial target, but I'm saying we got some lower target. If we break it, right, if like we're not going to be making some basically if like we're not going to be making some bottom formation accumulation volume, we're most likely going to break it, right? So what do you expect, right? So that's what I'm trying to tell you. Do not fall for those nonsense, right? Like I told you, okay, you did not believe like this 200 weekly moving average. You did not talk about it, okay? Now everybody gonna be like 200 weekly moving average. When we talk about this when we started talking about this 200 weekly moving average, it was like 4,400. But we did not call 4,400. We call a very specific target. So it's not like you take a look at it back in September, right? That's why you gotta do your analysis. That was like September. The 200 weekly moving average, right, was at 43. I did not say we're gonna drop down to 43. I didn't say it, okay? So it is just a confluence, right? We've been looking for 50. We've been looking for 55, and then it is the right target at the right moment, right? But it doesn't mean, okay, we cannot drop it. Why didn't why nobody called BTC to drop down to 4,300 back in September? Why didn't like nobody call for BTC to drop down to 5,500 back in September? Just think about it, okay? Do not fall for that nonsense, right? Do not fall for that nonsense. So do your analysis and basically just stick to your chart, right? But if you fall for like the backed, I mean not the backed, but backed or the halvening or the CME or Fidelity, you're gonna pump BTC, you're gonna be doomed, okay? You most likely going to get wrecked, all right? Most likely going to get wrecked. So, and don't fall for this neither, okay? Don't fall for this neither. This is just random. These lines are pretty much not random, but it is following it. So, but don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. Okay, don't fall for it. Even though we're respecting the line, right? We're not even yet at the line, right? You can see we still got like some. We still can drop down to like a 4,900 range, and I just showed you why we could drop to 49. Nothing but this move, right? So 49 is this gap. That's a gap you just need to pay attention to. 55 to 49. That's it, right? So we could move sideways, and then even if we pump back up to this area, we still got another structure for that for this move to the downside, right? So we're not going to the moon, guys. We're not going to the moon. Yeah, it's gonna dump bigger, man. It's gonna dump bigger. So it's gonna dump bigger, man. It's not looking good at all. You gotta be ready, man. I just showed you yesterday about Link could be capitulating down. You can see that most of you guys were able to get Link even like below $2. Okay, so yeah, Bitcoin is coming from the moon, guys. It's not like it is getting ready to go to the moon. So just be prepared for this. Take a look at the weekly basis, and it is very, very important. Okay, very, very important. So let's dive into the let's take a look at the lower degree. Okay, so the lower degree, it is looking nice, but at least for the short term, we got a big volume on Bitstamp. Like I said, do not fall for it. That's like a 6 hour. Even if BC does this, like and does that, do not fall for that nonsense, right? So do not fall for it. I don't think it can pump back up to like 8K on the low degree. It's gonna require it is going to require a lot of energy to basically go back up to 8K, right? And it's not going to be healthy at all. Okay, it is not going to be healthy at all. So last night, okay, myself, I was looking for a possible reversal from BTC, but this 6 hour body candle, we talked about it yesterday. We said we could be pushing back up to like a 8K. We did that exactly, right? And basically we dropped back down. So when I woke up, I saw BTC like a pump right there, and then I got this like a big engulfing 6 hour candle. I didn't like it. Okay, and average was just about 76. I was like, guys, let's get out, right? and this thing could be doomed. Okay, so and we're gonna look for 7100 range, and then you know, close 50%, and then let the rest ride. Okay, so basically that's exactly what we did. I did not expect, honestly, right, to hit 55 this month. To be honest with you, I was thinking like, you know, basically gonna move sideways within like a 7k to 8k within the till like April, and then we're gonna get the breakout to the downside, right? But we got it, you know, we got it when we need it. So we take it. Okay, we needed this big dump, and we basically got it, right? So same thing I'm trying to show you on the bigger picture, like you know, these lower high, you gotta be careful with them. Okay, drop. That's what I just showed you. You gotta be careful. So, and if you take a look at it on the macro scale, that's the same structure. That's the same structure I was just showing my guys also on the lower degree from like a Ethereum basically price action. Same structure, guys. So you can see like drop, make a low, dropping down. So that's the same structure we made on the lower degree. All right, so you can see that's the same exact structure. We drop, we're making this lower. Okay, so we got the capitulation. So that's a capitulation right now. That's the capitulation we're making. So we could be expecting BC at some point, okay, after we finish the capitulation, to make another sideways correction and then make another one. So it means like we got a long way to go on the macro scale. Okay, we got a long way to go on the macro scale, right? So long way to go on the macro scale. Let's take a look at this. Right, so that's it. All right, so basically let's dive into let's go ahead and take a look at Ethereum, guys. Ethereum looking very bad, man. I'm scared to look at the DJI, the Dow. BTC dominance as expected. I'm expecting over like 72. So let's see. Okay, it is just about 65, and we talked about it when BTC dominance was like low 60s. So you got to be able to, you know, to anticipate all these moves, guys. So this boy keep dropping. So the Dow, one move I'm looking for is like the weekly 100 EMA. If we can get the weekly 100 EMA to support the price, at least for the short term, we could basically see BTC basically find a temporary support, right? Because we already broke the weekly 200 MA, but we got to be able to get the monthly, okay, not weekly, but the monthly 100 EMA. This red line, it is just about like a 20, just about like a 2000, okay, just about 2000. It's going to be moving lower. It could be just about like a 1990, something like that, to 2100, right? It all depends, okay? But right now it is just about 20,000, okay? If we pump back up and then take our time to drop, it can go a little high, okay? But at least for the short term, we could drop straight down to it, which is just about 20,000, and BTC could find a temporary support just about like a 49 to a 4200 range, right? So let's take a look at Ethereum. We're gonna take a look at LTC, man. Apple is down like 253. All these stocks, man, over value, man. Like, one of the reasons, guys, not to be basically extremely confident, like we're not gonna drop like certain areas. it is kind of very, it is extremely overconfident to you guys, most of you guys extremely very confident, like we're not gonna be dropping like below 6K and so on, right? So let's take a look at on POPULOUS Ethereum. So Ethereum, you can take a look at it, right? On a monthly basis, we just talked about it yesterday. Ethereum is looking very bad. Okay, so that's a monthly chart, right? You take a look at it, right? So you could argue, okay, you could say, okay, Ethereum, you know, we got this monthly bearish candle, we pump back up, retest the top, you know, now we're dropping down. Next month we most likely gonna pump back up, but it's not the same, guys. It's not the same. So we got a monthly bearish engulfing candle. I would not even try, don't even try to long Ethereum right now, guys. Maybe like buy and accumulate, but you gotta think about it. That's a, you know, 116 is not a support. It was just like a temporary you know, stop, but the real support going to be just about like a all the way down to like a $71. Okay, on depending which exchange you're using, because if you're using like POPULOUS, you know, the bottom was like 81. Okay, just about 81, right? So you can see like just about 81. We could retest it. I don't think we're gonna retest this month, but within the next few months, you can see on a monthly basis, Ethereum is very bad. Okay, it looks very bad. Okay, it looks absolutely bad. So, and if you take a look at swing low to swing high, let's recheck it. We basically swing just retested from the bull market of you know, 2016. Man, this boy went from 2016 went from like $5, and 2017 it went up to like a 17, right? So let's see. So right there, so we dropped exactly at 50% pullback, which is quite incredible, right? So we're most likely going to drop back down to 50% pullback, and if we break it, most of you guys love what? You guess what? You love like 0.7, what do you call it again? 0.702, right? So guess what? Where's 0.702? 0.702 is like $30, not even $20, right? But 0.618, it is just about like a $50, right? So we've been calling for this Ethereum $50 since last year. Okay, so not like just today, right? So keep that in mind. So Ethereum macro scale still calling for lower numbers. We don't have any chart right now, any basically, you know, any basically structure to call for, you know, higher numbers. Okay, if this is going to be dropping down to, you know, 42, 49, most likely Ethereum gonna be dropping back down to like $80. Okay, so and if BTC gonna drop below 42, most likely Ethereum gonna drop all the way down to some like a 45 and so on. Because you gotta think about it, when BTC was 33, Ethereum was just about $80, but BTC dominance is going to be increasing, right? So by the time BTC drop down to 3K area, Ethereum might be like $60, okay, 60 or even down to $50. Okay, let's just say $50 to $70, okay, give or take, right? So you gotta keep that in mind, right? But if you're looking for your favorite 0.702, you got it right there, $30 Ethereum, right? But don't expect it this year. I do not expect it like this year, but at least would be accumulating, you know, dollar cost average all the way down, right? So if we get like a surprise bull market, you just ride it up, right? Just ride it up. Rest in peace, Russell 2000. Yeah, I know, man. Everything is down, man. Peter Schiff, man. If you guys don't know who Peter Schiff is, make sure to go. I love listening to Peter Schiff, man. So make sure to you know, check out Peter Schiff too. So hey, what's up, Emery Reese? It's been a while, man. Make sure to join my public Telegram group, man. Link in the description. If you having any problem to join our, you know, public Telegram group, let me know. Hey, what's up, Mr. UK Subbox? Yeah, for the Dow, I mean, the Dow could drop, man, 50% from the top, man. You're looking at like 1,500, not 1,500, maybe BTC 1,500, 15,000, right? So So I don't know where 1500 came from. Maybe like, you know, something is telling me BTC down to 1500, but don't expect it, guys. Don't expect it anytime soon. So if the Dow going to be dropping down to 15,000, most likely BTC could be doomed, guys. Like, and make sure just to go to my basically trading view, my trading view, right? You can go ahead and check my basically ideas, right? I published it, guys, like on the 2nd. I showed you, right, why it is so important to pay attention to the Dow, and then pay attention to BTC, you know, BTC price action. So the Dow, 2 key areas, okay, 23.55, okay, that's a weekly 200 MA. The second most important, okay, it is a monthly 200 MA at 50, you know, at 15,000. Very important, right? In BTC, right? 2 key area for BTC going to be 5500, which is 0.618 retracement from 3100 to 1400 on a log scale. And then you also got a basically a number 2 key area going to be 4200, which is 0.786 retracement from 31 to 1400, not 1400, 14,000 on a log scale. So, you know, make sure to go ahead and check it out, right? At least for the short term. And basically you can definitely you know, find some valuable information in that article, right? So let me see. Let me do this. Excuse me about all this. Let me check this really quick. Right. So Ethereum on a monthly basis, very bad. Let's dive into the weekly basis, okay? So weekly basis, Ethereum is pretty clean. It looks like you know, Bitcoin Cash, similar move. I said it back in November, right? Bitcoin Cash got a drop, a push to the upside. We drop back down, and now that Bitcoin Cash can go all the way up back to 500, right? Retest the top, and then it still drop down, right? So a similar structure to Ethereum. We got this drop, we pump back up, drop. We didn't retest like the low, but still, okay, it is very, very capitulative. We can still, yes, can we do this and do that? Yes, still, it is still a correct move. It's still a, you know, 3-way move, but I don't think Ethereum going to be doing that move. Okay, so we got this move, we're most likely going to be dropping down. Okay, break this low. We got multiple support, just about like a 42. Like I said, if you look to your left, similarly to BTC, just check this area. Okay, you got one right there. That's your key area. Next key area going to be just about 4,200, right? Nothing, okay, just about let's say $50. Okay, give the bulls some chance, right, to buy a little earlier. So you can see $50, right? No analysis, nothing needed, nothing. Okay, just have to look to your left. After that, you don't want to look to your left anymore, because you're going to be looking for $15, which I think it is going to be absolutely too cheap for Ethereum. Okay, but this range of $80 to $50, that's your next buy zone, okay, for Ethereum. If we break this area, guys, we just have to drop all the way down to $15, right? But I don't think, okay, anytime soon. I could be wrong, okay, I could be wrong. We could just drop down all the way down to $15 tomorrow, but I don't think it will. We're most likely going to get support from this area of $80 to $50, because most people are going to be buying. Okay, if Ethereum $50, it is like a, you know, no fear, you gotta buy. Okay, you can at least get another lower low up to like a, you know, 180. Okay, you can still, just like XRP, you can still get this trend line. If you're a trend line boy, you can get your trend line right there. Okay, you can get this trend line. You see what I'm saying? So beautiful. Okay, beautiful. Just like let's do this. Okay. Okay, just like let's do this. Just like BTC right there. Okay, this is my private, basically private. I updated this like you know, on March 2nd, right? You can see it, BTC target right there, which is where 5500. Circle it, check it, bang, we just hit this line. So you know, quite incredible, right? So quite incredible. So basically Ethereum still got a long way to go. So let's take a look at Litecoin, right? So Litecoin, man, Bitcoin Cash 175. Whoa. Join my public Telegram group and send me a message if you want to join the public, the premium group. Join my public Telegram group, right? So, and send me a message, and I'm send you the link and everything you need to know, right? So let's take a look at LTC King XRP. After that, right, we're gonna take a look at XRP. So Litecoin, they told you we're never gonna drop below $50. I told you guys Litecoin. Most of you guys knew, like I gotta buy all that Litecoin for Litecoin at $7, right? So most of you guys pretty much aware of that, right? So you know, I know when Litecoin pumped like from 35 all the way up to 80, I'm like, man, I'm gonna have to wait for another year to basically get it, right? But take a look at it, guys. Take a look at this area. We got to support. Next area to look for Litecoin. That's it, guys. It is just about like $17, right? So it is another 50% cut, which means like BC can drop another 30%, which could just be right around like what, $40 to $39 to $42, right? So Litecoin dropping 50%, it is pretty doable, right? So let's keep that in mind. I don't think like 2022 gonna hold. Okay, it is not gonna hold, right? So that's why BC dominance gonna be going up, because you know, when BC was at when BC was at 3K, Litecoin was $20. But when BC is going back down like to 4K, Litecoin is going to be at $17. So you know, BC dominance could go, you know, above like above 72, 75 range, right? So Litecoin major target, guys, for Litecoin $15. Just like when we said it about XRP. XRP was over 40 cents, guys. We said XRP down to 13 cents, okay, all the way down to 11. Okay, major support could be like 10 cents, right? But you guys are gonna tell me like, oh, you told us like 13 cents was the bottom. I said, okay, 13 cents. If we do not hold 13 cents, we're most likely gonna drop down to 11 cents and 11 to 9 cents. Okay, and in just about 11 to 9 cents, we're gonna talk about XRP. We can find a support to go all the way up to 80 cents, right? But 13 cents and down, even 16 cents and down is a buy. You know, it is a great buy area for XRP, right? Similarly to, you know, Litecoin. Anything below $20, it is a good buy. Very accumulative, right? So very accumulative. So another structure we could get also from Litecoin is like we could still make this move, right? Make a low and still drop down. Okay, so let's keep that in mind. So even though I'm bearish, that's just a possible, Elliott wave count, which could give you a clean ABC correction, right? So you could look for this move. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so it is a WXY, but you know, let's just call it ABC, right? So you could get this move, but I don't think it's gonna play out like this, right? I don't think it will. Yep, lower prices means bigger gains, guys. So most of you guys and we missed the bottom. We did not buy Litecoin at $4. I bought Litecoin like $45, right? When I first bought Litecoin, it was like 45, right? Just about like, just about like a September, August right? Bought Litecoin 45. It went up to like almost $80 and dumped back on me. So I was like, what is this? Come on, what are you doing? So but the lower the prices, the better it is. Okay, if like we're gonna get like some 100x, some 1000x gains, we're not gonna get it from like a Litecoin, basically like a $200. Okay, if we can get Litecoin even down like to $100, that's gonna be extremely good. Okay, because we can expect like Litecoin to pump back up, from a $3 to almost like a $3,000, stuff like that, right? Just speculating. But if you want to buy Litecoin at $200 and expecting like a $2,000, that's not even a lot. That's not even a lot, like in terms of gains compared to what could you get if you buy Litecoin at $3 and sell it at $3,000. So keep that in mind. So it's not a bad idea to basically get these lower prices within the next few years, few months, okay, few years or few months. Hey, what's up? Okay. Tezos was looking beautiful today. Says a lot. Lady, a lot. Bitcoin Cash. So let's take a look at BCH and let's take a look at King XRP first. Man, buy all the XRP you can, man. You're gonna miss a big rally, guys. So XRP, as we said, right, the lowest point is just about 11 cents. We hit 13 cents XRP on the dot, guys, like 13 cents. So what are we looking for now? We just got this 13 cents. It is looking very accumulative, right? But you're gonna be like, XRP is not gonna pump if BC is gonna drop. Absolutely. Okay, I don't think it will, but if you see XRP start making this move, we can still make this move up, okay, to like 80 cents, not even 45. You can make it all the way up to 80 cents and still drop back down, to like a 5 to 6 cents. So that's what I'm telling you, like, you got to be extremely careful and pay attention to the market, because XRP still got a very big move coming up within the next few months. So let's see. Okay, we're still respecting this trend line, but we're most likely gonna break it. Okay, most likely gonna break it. So we're still respecting it, and that's where we bottom the same trend line. No, it's kind of subjective, because you could also do this, right? You could also say like we broke it, so I cannot do that, right? So let's just say we broke it to be fair, right? So we already broke it. So if you're a moon boy, it is time to accumulate. If you're a doom boy, it is time to short it and wait for lower numbers, right? So depending on your strategy, right? But it is a good area to of course it is not financial advice, right? So of course, so the market is very volatile, so be careful. All right, so we got to be able to sustain a higher buying pressure within this range, otherwise we could be doomed all the way down, guys, to like some 2 cents. Okay, next area on the macro scale is like even 2 cents, not even 3 cents, but 2 cents, and so on, right? Without any Fibonacci retracements, that's 2 cents. But if you just want to be fair, right, do this and do that, we exactly at 15, I mean not 15, at 50%, right, pullback. That's one of the reasons why we call XRP to retest 50%, just like we expecting BC to retest like 0.618. You see what I'm saying? So not 0.618, but 50% pullback. You can see like XRP 50% pullback from like a December to December. Okay, and I just showed you about Ethereum also, okay, on the macro scale. All right, so most likely XRP, if we break this one, we just gotta drop all the way down to 6 cents, guys, 5 to 6 cents. So we gotta buy all the XRP we can, so XRP won't drop. But I'm just joking. But in terms of analysis, that's what we get. Okay, we just gotta try to stay within this range and then go back and retest our previous fib retracement, the highest one, which is 236, which is just about 80 cents. Okay, so it makes perfect sense to me for XRP to basically either retrace from 13 to 80, or retrace from basically 6 to 80. So it is very accumulative. you know, from like a 13 cents, 16 cents to 13. But if it breaks it, we just have to go down to 5 cents, 6 cents, guys. It is, you know, it's not my numbers. It is what the chart is saying, right? I just gotta give it to you as it is, right? Gotta give it to you. BitMax CEO says Bitcoin can go to 6K and still go back up to like a 20K. I take a look at the chart, but in terms of wave analysis, I just don't see it. I just don't see it, right? But I think we got to count for that. But I will double check. I will double check. Okay, I will double check. But I think we got to count. But looking at these moving averages, and you know, unless the weekly 200 MA, we can basically stay above the weekly 200 MA. We can definitely go back up, right? But if we break it, guys, I'll give you multiple targets. Okay, 48, 42, 2K to 1800. That's it. Not even 3K, guys. Not even 3K. 3K is not gonna hold at all. Don't expect to buy BC at 3K if we break 42. It's gonna crush 3K, just like, you know, remember back in 2018 when BC was at 6K and everybody was like 6K is the bottom. Even if we break 6K, we got 5K as a support. Man, that sucker went all the way down, like where to like basically 3K, drop 50%. So don't fall for that once again. Okay, do not fall for that nonsense, right? Once again, do not fall for that you know, that game, right? Basically, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Doom boys, yep. So it's a doom boy times, man. It's not time to go to the moon. We already missed it, guys. You can see XRP, guys, could not break above 32 cents on a monthly basis, and I said it multiple times. XRP need to break the 21 EMA, right, on a monthly time frame, and we could not break it. You can see. Just like Ethereum and basically BTC and all of them, right? You know, they basically, I think BTC getting support from 21 EMA, but XRP was already giving us a sign of bearishness. That's a shooting star on a monthly basis, right? What do you expect? Okay, what did you expect, right? So what did you expect? That's a shooting star, monthly basis, very bearish. So Bitcoin Cash. Take a look at it on Kraken, BCH USD. So Bitcoin Cash is already doomed, right? So breaking major support, could not break 21 EMA. So next area to look for Bitcoin Cash. Yes, I'm not saying like on a daily basis, like we cannot pump back up to 10, because we lost it like 150. I was expecting Bitcoin Cash at 250, just about 250 to, I think it was like 250 or something like that, right? To pump back up to $300 before continuing the downtrend, but it just decided to drop down, right? So that's very bad, right? That's very bad. So we broke the 21 EMA on the weekly, could not break the 21 EMA on the monthly, basically got rejected from the 100 EMA on the, you know, on the weekly time frame. We just got to go back down. We just got to go back down, guys. If like we're not going to get like enough buying pressure within this range, we're most likely going to come back down just about this area of $100, which means like Ethereum could be like what, $80 if Bitcoin Cash is at $100, right? Ethereum could be just about like $80, right? So, you know, so you got to keep that in mind, right? But it is going to be very, very bad, because Ethereum is just about 130, right? So Ethereum is 30% cheaper than Bitcoin Cash. So if Bitcoin Cash drop down to $100, Ethereum going to be roughly around like another 30% drop, like $90, stuff like that, right? So yeah, Trololo trend line is accurate, but let's see, guys, because we just broke it. Okay, you guys gonna be like, why you didn't talk about it? Because, you know, I was pretty convinced like we're gonna retest it, so I did not need like to talk about it every single week. When I got so many evidences, right, we're gonna be dropping down to 55. So So let's talk about the Trololo trend line. So Bitcoin Cash, let's go back to Bitcoin Cash on a lower degree for a while. So on a lower degree, we just dropped down to support, but don't fall for it. Since like BC could not basically BC broke its December low, Bitcoin Cash most likely going to break the December low. It's just going to be a matter of time, right? So it could do some nice bottom formation, do this and all that, but I'm not talking about like daily, hourly and stuff like that, but I'm talking about like weekly time frame, monthly time frame. Okay, we're most likely going to drop down to $100 range. Okay, so if you're looking to basically buy Bitcoin Cash, you can wait either for Bitcoin Cash to do some sort of accumulation within this range. It's not going to look like this. Okay, it is just for illustration purposes, right? Before dropping down lower, right? So if you're comfortable with your fib retracement, just do a swing low to swing high and buy at just about like a 125 to 107. Okay, 125 to 107 going to be a good area to buy, to look for another swing high. Okay, up to like even like a 170 or so on, right? But I'm assuming it's gonna hold, right? So let's go back to BTC and we're gonna take a look at the Trololo. So the Trololo line right now, it is just about like 64, right? Right now it is just about 63.19. You can see it right there, right? You can see the price 63.19. It's a growth rate of BTC. Most of you guys been paying attention to the log growth rate, but it's not the only one we got. Okay, we got multiple one, right? But this one been pretty accurate since like 2010, right? 2009, whatever, right? So even back then when BTC was at basically at 3K, that's the line I used to say BTC has bottomed. Okay, but we had a nice confluence. Okay, we had a nice confluence between the Trololo and the 200 moving, the 200 weekly MA. So, and that was just a good confluence to to be very confident we're not going to break it. But right now we already broke it. Trololo is just about like 63, right? And then BTC is at now like 6K. But I was paying attention to it. I know at some point we're gonna come back down to it, but how low we're gonna drop below it, that's a big question now. Okay, I just gotta do some more research and see what type of correlation we can get if BTC drop down below the Trololo, close below it. Okay, multiple weeks. It's okay, we can close above like a 63 this week, so it means we're not gonna close up below it, right? So, but within the next few weeks, I'm gonna do more research about the Trololo and see, okay, because we just broke it and we never broke it more than we never dipped below it more than 5%. Okay, so that's the first time we're gonna be dipping below the Trololo more than 5%, right? So although quite interesting. Okay, quite basically interesting. I'm already shorting BTC, so it's okay. Now I'm all in BTC, so like I don't even have cash. Okay, I'm all in BTC, just shorting. Okay, so I'm all in BTC, just shorting it, so and accumulating. All right, so I believe in like we can pump back up, so and go to the moon. But one thing I did not believe, like we're gonna be basically most moon boys gonna make you believe like we're gonna get a head and shoulder. I told you multiple time, right? Multiple time, right? What I mean, I'm all in BTC. I bought all the BTC I need to buy, and all I do is just leverage it, trade it, accumulate it, right? So if I want to buy more, I'm gonna buy more, but as long as I'm shorting it and getting more BTC, I don't need to buy it with cash, right? So that's what I mean, right? So you can see like when you get a basically a WXY correction, you're gonna get multiple. I said it to my premium group, right? I said it in my premium group. You're gonna get multiple head and shoulders, right? So you get a drop, you got a three-way move down, you're gonna get another three-way move up. What do you get? You're gonna get a head and shoulder. If you don't understand correction, you're gonna call it head and shoulder, and you're gonna expect BTC to pump to the upside. That's the same thing we did right there. And I told you guys, do not take this as a head and shoulder. 13K was the top. Okay, we did that exactly. What do you expect next? You're gonna expect another three-way move down, right? BTC did that exactly right there, right? So after that, what do we expect? We're expecting another three-way move. Okay, you can expect another three-way move. This three-way move, you still got another head and shoulder. So how many head and shoulder, okay, you're gonna try to get when BTC is basically correcting? Okay, you're gonna get multiple of them, but it is nothing but this is basically your W. You got your X, and then you're looking for your Y correction down. Okay, you're looking for your Y correction down, which is the most Y correction. Sometimes though it is very complex, so but sometimes it could be an easy one, but you know, you're looking for your Y correction down. But do not fall for this. You know, you could get another Y, you get this Y, you could get another X, right? You still got another head and shoulder, right? But guess what? You're gonna get another correction down, which is gonna be a Z, right? This Z. So are you gonna keep saying head and shoulder, head and shoulder, head and shoulder whenever you say it? No, it doesn't work like that. You gotta understand how the market works, right? At least you know, at least understand the basic. You don't have to be an expert, but if you understand the basic, you're not gonna fall for those beautiful patterns and looking for cup and handles, right? Like this. Okay, and most people fall for this cup and handles, right? And you know, call for this. I never called for this, right? Even though I saw it, I gave my guys warning. Do not fall for this. Do not fall for it. Okay, do not fall for this. Do not fall for this, right? I said it multiple times. Do not fall for this. Multiple times, guys. Multiple times. Whoop whoop. Where's the Doom Boys at? That's a Doom Boys analysis, man. So that's a beautiful day, March 11. Just like you know, September, late September, September 24th. You know, we also got another one, you know, November 13th. Pretty powerful days, guys. Gotta expect this. You know, gotta, you know, remember these dates. Hey, what's up, Frey? Should you buy now? Buy some XRP. I'm just joking, man. But I can tell you if you can buy or not, man. So if you're looking for the long term, I mean, I think like 5K is if you're looking for BTC to go to 1 million, like you know what they told you, right? BTC gonna go to $1 million. You know, 5K is a good buy. 5K is a good buy. So let's take a look at Link, guys. Link, you know, had a lot of hype, and I did not like it. Okay, Link is doomed, right? So like I said, you know, when Link was right there, okay, I was saying like, we're gonna drop this. I was expecting this move yesterday, right? But we didn't even get it, right? I was saying like it is a good buy right there. So you must, if you bought right now, hopefully you did not, right? So you wait for the price to settle down. But at least for the short term, you know, we broke this you know, and exactly that's what I say. Unless like we break this line heavily, it could be dropping all the way down in this area. But I did not expect like this Link to drop down like heavily like this. I was expecting another three-way move and, you know, another sideways correction and retest like somewhere around here. That's the type of pattern I was looking for. Okay, that's the type of pattern I'm looking. But if you're looking for a Link to go to $100, I think like $2.50 is pretty cheap, man. It's not a big deal, right? At least for the short term. But as I said, guys, you gotta be careful when you see like the entire market calling for talking about like one coin all the time. You gotta be careful, okay? So if you're just new to crypto, that's one thing you gotta be careful about. When everybody's talking about like Ethereum to 10,000, 20,000, just be careful. Sell your Ethereum, at least sell 50%, all right? And see if you're gonna go to 10,000. When everybody's talking about $100,000 BTC, be careful, okay? When everybody's talking about like Ethereum, you know, not Ethereum, but a Link, Tezos, and I told you guys multiple times, Tezos, Link, right? Last October, right? Just about October, September, I said that's the top, okay? And I was like, buy right there, okay? Just like a Link, I mean, just like Tezos, right? Just like Tezos. So at the very top, also, I showed you guys before even the top, Link was like $3, and I was like, we're gonna retest the top, and then we're gonna drop back down, retest this area of $3. That's exactly what we did, right? That's exactly. Hey, what's up, Wazir? Man, I don't know, man. I don't know how much time will it take to recover, man. I wish I knew, man, because I'm trying to go to the moon too, right? We all want to go to the moon. All want to go to the moon. So, and Link, you know, let's see if like $1.60 gonna hold, at least for the short term. And you gotta be careful, man. If Link pump tomorrow 10%, they're gonna say Link going to the moon, right? But they already dumped their Link on you guys, so you gotta be able to recognize the top. You gotta be able to work hard enough to be strong enough. When everybody's saying we're going to the moon, you say no, we're not going to the moon, because it's nowhere in the chart that we're going to the moon, right? So all right, let's take a look at Tezos, and I'm going to call it a day. Except we're going to talk about you can see Tezos, right? So Tezos is just about like $1.60 when everybody was saying, oh, Tezos is like it is going to be better than Ethereum, right? So this boy is doomed too, right? So you can see it. Tezos is basically coming back down to like $1, right? And I just said it yesterday, guys. Just yesterday, guys. I showed you these targets, right? Tezos was like almost 250, right? I think, right? Let's double check. Like just about this area. Okay, Tezos was like around 250, right? It was like, okay, we got 0.618 and we got 0.786. You can keep it. You can see it. We drop all the way down to 0.786. Straight down. Not even taking time to take a break and stuff like that. But we definitely can get Tezos even lower. Right? If you're looking to accumulate, I would just buy like every week or so on, right? And accumulate all the way down to 80 cents, right? And so on. Because we could drop 90% from the top. 90% from the top. You're looking at like almost like 40 cents, right? I know it is, you can't believe it, right? But let's see, 90% from the top. You'd be like, man, Sun Crypto is so bearish. Tezos down to 20 cents. I'm not saying it's gonna happen this year, right? But take a look at it. We could go all the way down. That's not good. Like 30 cents, okay? Just about 30 cents, right? 30 cents. But it could take a very, very long time, guys. Take a very, very long time. Very long time. Because if basically if BTC going to be dropping another 50%, right? You gotta think about it. Tezos gotta drop another 90%, at least 80%. Okay, another 80%, right? So if BTC going to drop 50% down to like a 2K area, Tezos gotta drop down to like 30 cents or so on, right? So these guys, they make a comment without even watching the videos, man. Man, some people are already calling for $1,300. So I think, man, I don't think now just 23 people voted, and they say, I mean, not 20, but 48% of you guys are basically saying 1,800 going to be the bottom. Yesterday 50% of the people said 76 was the bottom. So I was like, man, we're most likely going to be dropping. That's a very, very bad news. So now we just got another very bad news. We got like 50% of the people saying like 1,800 going to be the bottom, right? And that's a very bad news. So it means like we might not drop down to 1,800 anytime soon, right? So we might not drop down to 1,800 anytime soon. Let's take a look at the hourly basis. Okay, so hourly basis, we're not looking good, right? Tezos just you know, it is most likely going to retest a new low before making any correction. Okay, that's all you need to know. In this area, we can drop down and try to reverse, but most likely, you know, we could be facing lower number, right? But let's see, it could be moving sideways within the next few hours. Okay, it dropped a lot, right? So we're still above 6K, so that's a good news, but it is still shortable, as you can see it. As you know, I love this techniques, right? Which is basically price moving up, volume decreasing. That's a big short, okay? So at least from a short from down like to 57 again, okay, from like 62. That's a good amount of chunk, right, of money, right? Take a look at it right there, percentage wise. That's another 6% drop, right? That's a lot. Okay, it is gonna retest it. Can it go higher? Absolutely. It is just waiting for this 21 EMA to get rejected. Right now it is at 6,800. I'm not sure if BC wanna do that. Okay, it is very bearish if like we try to go up another 20% from, if we try to pump 20% from the bottom, that's going to be very bad, right? That is a very bad sign of, I mean, it is a very bad sign, basically. Okay, so we do not want to do that. Okay, we do not want to try to go back up to 6.8. So so basically, you know, price has to settle down within this range and accumulate and get enough strength. So when it goes up there, right, it's gonna be strong enough, because it's gonna be like it's gonna have like enough momentum to pump. But if like we just pump all the way up to 6.8, that's not good. It is not going to be good at all. That's not good at all, right? So let's not try to do this, right? Let's not try to do this. Hey, what's up, Miss Adam Tammy? Hey, what's up? Okay, above 5K, never again, man. Just joking. But like I said, most analysts basically, they're telling you, you know, wherever we bottom, we're never gonna see those prices again, right? You know, so let's see. So let's see. Like I said, guys, be careful. Most people know how to use the Fibonacci retracement, right? Anybody can do this. Swing low to swing high, and I'm gonna buy at 0.618, right? I'm gonna buy at 0.618. But guess what? It dumped. You bought at 382, it dumped. You bought at 0.70, you know, 0.702. I don't use it. I'm just showing you guys. It dumped. You try to buy at where, you know, 0.786 also, okay? It dumped. You try to buy at the double bottom, it dumped, right? So you try to buy where? Now next area to look for, it is roughly around like 1.27 to 1.41, right? 1.27, 1.41, which is, and 1.618, it is all the way down to like a 46. So these areas, guys, 55, it is a good buy. 51, 52, good buy. 47, 47, area to 48, good buy, right? But if you just based on, you know, you buy based on like the micro picture, or, you know, I'm looking for BC to go to the moon, man, you're gonna get wrecked, right? So this is the move we've been looking for, right? So let's see, almost there. We just hit the first portion, which is 55. Okay, it could go down all the way down to like a 45 to 42, right? This box, okay, it's a good buy area. So yes, it could be going lower. It's not for sure, but it could be going lower. Hey, what's up, Day Night? Make sure to subscribe to my channel, so you know if I basically talk about this dump. I talked about this dump since August 28th. I got a special video just for that, okay? Special video just for that, right? Not just like after we got it, right? So not just after we got it. Yeah, that was it. BTC is pumping. Oh man, where is it pumping? 6100? Oh, 8100. What is it now? All right, guys, let me take a look at it. Hey, what's up, Yunus? Make sure to basically join the public Telegram group. The link in the description. And if you want to upgrade to our premium member for daily analysis to be able to anticipate these moves, guys, like I'm telling you guys, BC gonna moon, but it's not gonna moon like the way you know, it's not gonna be like the way you think it is going to be. Okay, so you know, it could drop all the way down to like 1800, and then you're gonna expect BC to keep dropping. It's just gonna go like all the way up to $200,000. But I'm not saying it will, but it can pump back up, right? So be careful, right? Be careful, right? So be careful, right? Can still make this move, right? So be careful. Hey, what's up, Irish? You change your name every day, man. Today is day and night. Tomorrow is gonna be what? First name, last name? I'm just joking, but oh, family name, given name. 1800. Am I crazy? I'm not calling for 1800. I'm just telling you what the chart is saying. Okay, it's in the chart. Okay, so if you want to wait for, you wait for. If you don't want to wait for, you buy now. Okay, because you don't want to miss the next pump neither, right? So I'm showing you like next possible targets is right there. Okay, on a weekly basis, you got 3 targets to your left. If you don't know how to do any TA, okay, just take a look at your weekly chart. Right, take a look at your weekly chart and take a look at, you know, your check your bull market. Okay, you got 3 areas, 3 important areas. The first one was 50, just about 55 to 57 area, and we got a nice dump back in 2017, right? We got a nice dump, and we got a big support 57. Okay, the China dump, did you guys remember it? China dump from like a 49 5k all the way down to 2800. Guess what? We just retested like 3100. That's the same area we retested. So can you imagine, once we break this 5700, we got another area we could be looking for, which is 3k, right? On the macro picture, right? I don't think it's gonna hold, right? If we break it, that's your next level you need to pay attention to. That's all you need to know. You don't need to do anything, right? If you want to buy, you want to buy at these areas. Okay, the macro level, you want to buy, you know, just about this area. Okay, this area and this area. That's it. 3 major areas, right? You know, this one is a big gap, right? But that's the 3 major areas you need to pay attention to, at least for the short term. Nothing else. No moving averages, nothing else. Okay, because if I go deep into the analysis, you know, you can't understand what I'm telling you, but you know, I don't want to confuse you. And you can see the first area, it is your 382. I mean, not 382, 236. You got 382, and you got 50%. All of these are, you know, dump. They're respecting the fib retracement on the way back down. So can you expect what are you expecting next? 1, 2. What can you expect? Another one right there. That's it. That's pretty easy. Okay, that's pretty easy, right? If it goes there, you got your lifetime opportunity to buy BTC, right? If it goes there, you bought at 19,000. All right, so BTC, please say I bought at 19,000. I mean, I already talked about that gap, man. You guys make sure to follow my channel, man. I know the exact gap you're talking about, 37.90, something like that. On the lower degree, I already talked about that like 3 months ago, something like that, guys. So man, like I'm telling you guys, I spent enough time to do my research. I just don't jump in because basically, you know, somebody's saying like next target is basically you know, 100,000 or $1 million. I know most of us want to be extremely rich. and the market is pumping back 2200 minus 1400. The CME, right? Let's take a look at it on you can only find it on the lower degree. So now they're gonna come and tell you all this nonsense gap, right? So now you got another gap right there, 91 to you know, like 83. Okay, you got a gap, and most people thought like it's gonna pump back up, right? So let's do this. I'm gonna show you the gap. Let's get a line, put it at 37.90, right? And then look for that line now, that gap. You see, guys, I'm not giving you but these gaps are pretty small, so I'm not sure if it is relevant enough, right? These are pretty small. Oops, right there, 35. Okay, it's 35.90 down to 37. No, 35.90 down to 35.70. It's a 20 points gap, right? But guys, you guys gotta remember, we got a 20 points gap at we had a 20 points gap at a 77, right? And we came back and filled it. So do not tell me that's a small gap, right? So we got a small one right there, 3500. So let me know what you think about that gap, right? And that's the lowest we got, right? That's the lowest we got. Can you see it? Got one right there. Okay. Yes, I got this one is pretty small. But I think anything, you know, bigger than, you know, 15 should be considered a gap, right? Yeah, it's cheap. BC is cheap now, right? Yep, I know the gap you're talking about, 35.70 to 35.90. I got a special video for that, right? BC gap at 35.90, 35.70. So go check it on my channel, right? Yeah, it's very cheap to get my premium content, right? Just join the public Telegram group and send me a message, right? Hey, you're welcome, Danny Khan. So guys, make sure to join the public Telegram group to get to get some different views about the market instead of the market going to be mooning. We got a lot of doom boys in the group, so basically at least they can keep you in check, right? If you're going all crazy and thinking like going all in and all that nonsense, you got people to put you in check, say, hey guys, we about to dump, right? Stuff like that. So you're at least gonna be careful, right? So yeah, the CME just basically capitulating. That's the 3 weeks that's the 3 weeks chart. You don't have all that nonsense gap, right? So you can see like we just broke this area of support, guys. So on the on the 3 weeks chart, you can see since like we started like on the 3 weeks chart, we just been dumping, right? So now we just started a beautiful engulfing candle, a sort of descending triangle also. We just broke it. So that's not good at all, right? You can see like on the CME, it's a descending triangle. Even if you do a one-to-one extension, right? Take a look at it. Where does it take you? It says it's go to zero. It can't go to zero. That's impossible. Say like $70, but don't worry about that. It's not going to $70. So that's when you need to know how to use your fib retracements. Okay, go to right there, not right there, this one, right? Take a look at your trend base fib extension, right? You do swing high to the baseline, one-to-one extension going to be exactly at 33. Oops. 1.618 extension going to be 1.618 extension going to be 2K. Okay, 50% extension going to be 48, and then 0.618 going to be just about 44. So you could be buying in these areas, right? Or at least for the short term. You can also do a nice swing low to swing high from the baseline. Let's say the baseline is just about like 7K. Okay, 7K. We just retested it. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. I think I showed you this already. So that's not good. We already retested the 1.27. Okay. So, but 1.41 it is at 5K. Okay, which I mean we can also break it, right? So. Hey, what's up, Tony? Tony says, back in 2014, every trader basically started to leave YouTube, right? And Twitter basically saying BC was dead, right? So, and basically you're not seeing it yet, right? Right? So let's see. So. I mean, it could take another 2 years, guys. It could take another 2 years, basically, just to get some sort of sideways correction. Because it's not time to go to the moon, guys. It is time to come from the moon, right? So, gotta understand what's going on, right? Because basically, if you don't understand what's going on, right, they're gonna tell you the CME volume was very big. So now what they tell you, look at the volume. The volume is very big. The CME volume is very, very big, right? You got two volumes, right? So, are they going to tell you like we're going to the, we're going completely down, right? When we got this volume, they said we're going to the moon, right? We're going to $100,000. So now we got same equal volume. Can you imagine what they're going to tell you? Okay, they're not going to tell you we're going to drop lower. They're going to say, okay, 5.5 going to be the bottom. Okay, so buy as much you can. You're never going to see these prices again. All right, do not fall for that. Don't fall for that. Don't fall for that, man. So you got the same exact volume, and most people have been saying the CME volume been increasing. So, but you're not gonna see anybody talking about like high volume right now. Nobody ain't gonna talk about it, right? Because they want you to keep buying or keep watching, and to entertain you for that nonsense, right? So keep that in mind, guys. So let me take a look at the chat room once again. So make sure to hit the likes, guys. Make sure to hit the likes. Most of you guys pretty much been following almost a year. So my channel been very consistent with the same type of followers, right? So I got the same type of followers. Some of them moon boys, some of them doom boys, but I got a lot of doom boys. So but the moon boys, if you say like a BC gonna drop to 1800, they're not gonna listen, right? So make sure to hit the likes, guys. So we got 44 likes, 0 unlikes. So the moon boy is sleeping right now. So just support the channel, man, and any basically a moon boy channel too, right? So support the channel, right? We're all in the same. We're all the same family, right? So. So let me see. Hey, what's up, BTC Punisher? I already talked about Bitcoin Cash. LTC, we already talked about it. This guy is saying how low we're gonna drop. Man, descending, broadening wedge. Guys, sometimes the textbook doesn't apply, man. I know it is easy to go and say, oh, we're making a descending, broadening wedge and all that good stuff, right? So descending, broadening wedge, okay, good luck, man. Good luck with this descending broadening wedge. Okay, let's see how broadening it is going to be. Okay, good luck with this broadening wedge, right? So, and once you reach 48, okay, which is one of our target, you can buy. Okay, and the wedge can be an infinite. This is a line. Okay, it can drop all the way down to 0, right? So you can just keep broadening it, right? So that's also another beautiful pattern, right? So, which I just showed you also, right? So, but I did not draw these two lines. Right, that's all I showed you, right? So, but if you like trend line, you cannot draw it like that, right? But the most important line right now, it is this line. That's the most important line. So if remember guys, if BTC get a fine support within this range, we can definitely go back up to 86 and so on, right? We can even break it, right? But it is still going to be another bigger correction, right? It is just going to be another bigger correction. That's going to be one. You got 1, 2, right? And then you're gonna get this one. That's all you're gonna get, right? So don't fall for that nonsense. But once we get this structure, right, we're gonna define it. Okay, it is still a corrective wave to drop further down. Okay, like this probably, or like this, right? So I'm not saying just because I'm saying like we're gonna drop down to 3K doesn't mean it's gonna be a straight line. How are we gonna drop down to that area? I don't know, right? I don't know the same exact. I don't know the pattern, right? I don't know the timing, but in terms of moving averages and fib retracement, we got those numbers. Okay, the time it takes to get to that air, to get to 2K, you can do this, do that. I really don't care. I just care like, the final price, right? So, because if we get this structure like this low high, right? Get this correction, just like Bitcoin Cash, right? Bitcoin Cash. We drop down, we pump, right? We pump, drop down, pump back up, and dropping down now, right? So BTC can still make this move, right? That's a macro scale, so you can see, that's a macro scale. Okay, that's a macro scale. But that's the type of structure we talked about, in my premium group, and see how can we basically drop down to a certain area. We don't just pick a number like 55 and hit 55 on the dot. No. It doesn't work like that. Hey, what's up, Mario? We'll go BTC, go backwards, right? Back in time. Let's see. I don't know. I don't do time analysis. But one thing I know, this is a structure we just have to follow. This is impulse. We could get another correction. But that correction we're gonna get, you just have to get it from the premium member. We can get it from 42, okay, we can get it from 49, we can get it from 37, we can even get it from 1800. So you see, but that type of structure, it is like it requires deep analysis, volume, indicators, moving averages, and all of that. It is not something that we just wake up and talk about and tell you we're going to the moon like this. No. Hey, what's up, Kryptonite? Thanks a lot, man. Okay. Now we got the moon girls now coming, talking about a CME 8500 now. All right, guys, I'm just gonna call it a day this time. All right, so the market is rallying back up though. But on the low degree, like I just said, it is a nice short opportunity back to like a 55 or so on, right? So this move, it could try to retest like a 64 up to 64, but at the end of the day, it's gonna drop. It could come at the end of the day. You could look for like a 55 to 56. Okay, maximum 64. Not maximum like ever, but you know, this small rally, okay, it could pump up to 64. But what is it gonna do later on? You know, that's you on your own, right? You can figure it out, right? I'm just giving you a smaller hint, right, to basically look for a possible up to 64, which is very, very bearish. After we drop down 2,000 point almost, and now pumping like 1,000 point, that's very bearish. Okay, that's not something like the bulls wants to allow, right? So they're gonna stop buying right now. Otherwise, they're gonna give the bears better confidence to short high. Okay, the pressure gonna be higher if they pump the price back up to 65, right? You gotta think about it. People shorted at, most people shorted at 75, right? 76, drop down to 55. That's 2,000 point, and from 55 up to like a 65, man, they're gonna give them a better average to you know, to short again and look for another 1,000 point down, right? So that's one of the reasons why I'm saying also this is a, you know, a good short opportunity, and could move sideways. Wait for this 21 EMA on the hourly basis. 15 minutes, 5 minutes we're above it. 15 minutes we just getting rejection from it on the 15 minutes time frame, so we could expect a rejection very soon. Maximum could be like this area of 100 EMA, right? But let's see how it is going to play out, right? It is just sideways, man. It is just sideways. Can't do this, right? You can't do this. So it is nothing but a W, X, and a Y correction and continuation, which is your 3 3 3, right? So yep, it can bounce. When it bounce to, let's just say a 4K area, not give like an exact number, because it could be 48, it could be 47, it could be 42, right? But I just show you at the beginning of the live stream why, you know, 48 range is important, and why low 4K is important, right? Not just random numbers. So it is up to you to dollar cost average, or basically not buy at all, not financial advice, right? So but 5K, you know, 55 also a very good buy, right? You know, very good buy. So but do not fall either for the you know, the mining costs and all those nonsense, and the you know, now, you know, I just hate it, right? If you take a look at it right now, they're gonna find a good storyline for you guys, and they're gonna tell you, okay, BTC before the halving last time we dumped 45%, but they did not say it before the halving, right? They did not say it. They did not say it the last few days, right? They said we're going to the moon, right? But now we dumped 46%. You can go check my channel. I just said a couple days ago 46% dump. So now they're gonna give you a good story why we dumped 46%, right? Why we dumped 46%, and what I mean by they, I'm just saying, like, you know, the YouTube in total, okay, all the moon boys and all the you know, the pumpers and all that nonsense, right? And the media too, okay, including the media and everybody, right? So what I'm saying is, you know, they're gonna tell you before the halving last time, you know, we pumped blah blah blah. So it is totally normal we see pump like this, and after the halving we just took a nice rally up to 20K. Do not fall for that, man. I'm telling you, they're gonna come up with some nonsense, right? Just to show you, like, we dropped from, like, you know, $300 all the way down to you know, basically 190, and then we took a nice pump. But it's not the same. Even the moving averages, you can see it. Even the moving averages, not the same way. Then it's not looking the same way. Right now we're getting another bearish crossover. This is a fresh downtrend. It's not a sell-off. It's a fresh downtrend. Okay, just like this, right? And just like that. Just like it. Okay, it's a fresh downtrend. Okay. Yeah. So Yep, that's going to be the story. But how many stories are you going to get whenever BC dump, right? But when BC pump, it's not a story, it's about the chart, right? When BC pump, we're going to draw some trend line, right? We're going to say, imagine if BC, okay, that log scale, okay, that logarithmic growth rate of BC, right? You know, we had a support from it at 76. You know, we all going to say, oh, we got that support from 76, so we're never going to break it again, right? So that would be the storyline. But now we broke it, we got to find a way to say, oh, something bad happened, and then we just gotta basically you know, deal with it now, right? BC is bearish in any, you know, take a look at this, you know, even if you want to draw your triangle like this, right? You know, but if you want to draw your triangle like this, right, you can see it. You draw it like this, and you say a swing low to swing high, no, swing high to swing low right there, and you do your 1-to-1 extension. Make sure to do it on your you know, that's very low. You see, that's very low, so you don't want to draw it like this. So you got so many bearish patterns, they're not going to show you, okay? Even though I'm very bearish, I'm not saying we're going to drop down to $400, right? So, but a 1-to-1 extension of this move is going to take you down to $400, right? Even if you want to be moderate, you say this move down, okay? You take the linear version of it like this, right? Just to be moderate, right? You do from basically swing high, right? Just say swing high to swing low to breakout. It's still going to take you $1,000, okay? So, but most analysts not going to show you this move, okay? They're not going to say, oh, but you know guys, whenever you get a triangle, what do you do? You do a 1-to-1 extension, right? You do a 1-to-1 extension of it, either to the upside or to the downside, right? So imagine you do the, you know, this one right there, and you put it right there. You're gonna get roughly about $1,000, right? But don't do it with these lines. Do it with your fib log. I mean your basically your fib retracement tool, okay? Use your retracement tool, right? So, which is going to be swing high, right, to swing low to break out, right? Remember, swing high, swing low to break out, okay? 3 touch. It's not like the Fibonacci retracement, all right? The Fibonacci retracement, you just do swing low, swing high, or swing high to swing low. But this one, you just have to do it either from swing high to swing low to retracement, depending which what are you looking for, okay? Depending what you're looking for. So that's almost $1,000 if we get that breakout. Okay, that's a basically reversal hammer candle. The 21 EMA on the 3-month chart, as we discussed yesterday, it is exactly at 47. So you see why I'm calling for like a 47, not just 55, and saying like we can drop all the way down to like a high 4K area, right? But it doesn't mean we cannot dip down and not close below it. That's a 21 EMA on a 3-month chart, okay? So don't get it confused with the monthly or weekly and all that good stuff, right? So I think 47, 48, 49, all the way down to that area going to be a good buy, but do not wait for it, right? Do not wait for it. Just accumulate as you can. All right. So you can see that's the same support area back in $100 range, 150, 3K. Now it is at 5K, okay, 49 range, okay? So hey, what's up, Tammy? All right, guys, I'll just call it a day. You already know the major target, so you can go back and watch this live stream like you know, the next few months and see how it's looking, right? Just like I told you when BTC was basically at 10k 11k, right? So all right, guys, be safe out there, okay? Do not be some moon boys or some extreme doom boys, all right, or doom girls. It's not good, okay?